The serpent sealed its fate the second it slithered past that unseen boundary in the dirt. To the reptile, the adversary looked insignificant, just a silent, motionless feline, seemingly delicate. But hidden beneath that fur was a lightning-fast biological weapon wired for ruthlessness and instant aggression. Out here, mass is irrelevant. It's all about the clock. Right now, life and death hang in a split-second balance. Felines rarely get the credit they deserve. Domesticated or feral, they all download the same primal software straight into their nervous systems. Their anatomy is a loaded spring waiting to snap. Their vision tracks movement with laser-guided precision. So when a deadly viper invades, their turf panic isn't the reaction. Combat mode is. The atmosphere grows heavy. Even the earth holds its breath. Two killers stand off, watching for the tiniest slip-up. The viper winds itself tight belly scales, rasping over grit and debris. Toxins primed its lunge, perfected over millions of years. It's a biological firearm meant to finish disputes in a blink. A single nip, a solitary mistake. Game over. Opposite the threat, the feline sinks low, hovering millimeters above the dust tail, rigid, stare intense. It isn't wondering what's happening. It's running the math. Every shimmer of the reptile is analyzed, every respiration noted. There's no hurry. The cat orbits, gauging range, compelling the snake to pivot and expose its blind spots. The trigger is pulled. A violent snap. The reptile rockets out a missile of sinew and teeth, but it bites nothing but wind. Simultaneously, the cat teleports laterally, moving quicker than the eye can follow a fuzzy whirlwind of talons. A heavy paw hammers the viper's skull, repeatedly dancing out of range before the fangs can connect. It looks wild, but it isn't. It is a masterclass in reflex, polished by generations of invisible warfare. Every miss exhausts the serpent's reserves. Every slap establishes authority. The feline stays mute, locked in, unyielding. Zero efficiency lost. Zero fear shown. Just pure stress application. Just command. In the wild, pausing is a fatal flaw. And flaws get you killed. Seconds pass and the tide turns. The invader that came to kill is now fighting to leave. The cat holds its ground sensors fully active, demonstrating a harsh reality of nature. The ultimate equalizer isn't poison, it's velocity, perception, and total faith in your gut. If you're hooked on these raw showdowns and want to know why pint-sized hunters dominate giants, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and keep watching, because the adrenaline is about to spike. That initial skirmish is just the opener. It kicks off a lethal cycle, playing out in gardens, woods, meadows, and quiet urban nooks where the laws of the wild still reign supreme. The moment a feline tags a poisonous reptile as a danger backing down is off the table. It stops being about protection. It becomes about ownership. Change the setting and the suspense changes too. Long blades of grass rustle, barely perceptible. Underneath a death adder waits still a stone, betting on stealth to win. But hunters know their own kind. A prowling cat halts instantly, paw raised. Ears swivel, pupils contract. The vibe is off. The dirt transmits a tremor, and the warning is unmistakable. Zero notice given the cat attacks. Hooks dig in, yanking the serpent into plain sight before it can load its weapon. The reptile scrambles, rearing up, looping its body, jaws gaping in a desperate bid to stabilize. But the element of surprise is lost. Light aids the swift, and the feline is the fastest thing here. The feline keeps changing geometry, refusing to repeat a vector. It bluffs, pulls back, then dives in before the viper can reload. Every maneuver compels the snake to burn calories, to swivel, to block rather than bite. Stamina is weaponized here. Relentless harassment shatters even the deadliest opponents. Tight quarters skyrocket the risk. A surprise meeting means nowhere to run. The reptile lashes out in panic. The cat responds with surgery. Forelegs hammer the skull, repeatedly wrecking the target lock, refusing to give an opening. The viper spits winds, throws itself forward, but hits nothing but air or a hard slap in return. It looks crazy, but it's calculated. Felines naturally hit the kill switches. The cranium, the rhythm, the lag time after a miss. These fractions of a second determine the victor. The serpent begins to lag. Reflexes fade. The dominance hierarchy shifts for good. Finally, the enemy gives up or goes limp. The victor doesn't gloat. It doesn't pursue pointlessly. It halts at the edge of its domain, posture erect, broadcasting a frequency every beast understands. This patch of earth belongs to me. Scenes like this prove staying alive isn't about muscle. It's about perception waiting for the gap and the guts to commit fully when the window opens. If these raw battles of wit versus poison blow your mind and you want to see reflexes beat toxins repeatedly, destroy that like button, drop your Opinions below and sub to the channel for the next episode where the risks get even deadlier. Watching these fights, a single fact stands out. These aren't random mishaps. They are trials of ownership, gut feeling, and grit. And when the stakes rise above, keeping yourself breathing, the dynamic shifts entirely. Particularly when the feline has others to protect. Chaos hits a peaceful backyard out of nowhere. A toxic crawler glides through the shade, oblivious it's breached a security perimeter. A few feet away, a mother cat clocks the intrusion immediately. Her stance transforms. She inserts herself as a living shield between the danger and her kin. The hunting game is over. This is total combat. The reptile feels the pushback and winds up loading a spring attack intended to finish this instantly. But the urge to protect deletes any sense of self-preservation. She rushes the enemy, making it fire before it's ready. Any moment robbed from the reptile's rhythm is a win. Every reactive twitch erodes its command of the fight. Violence erupts. The serpent snaps. The mother answers with a barrage of rapid-fire jabs targeting the venom source. No pausing. No backing up. Every hit knocks the viper off kilter, ruining its aim for a fatal injection. The cat takes 0 hits. She is a blur of motion. The stress is unceasing. Shift scenes again. Inside the house, narrow corridors. No exits. A reptile gets cornered, where its poison means nothing if it can't land the shot. The feline reads the room immediately. It steps in just to trigger a lunge, then teleports to the flank. The reprisal comes instantly, quicker, harder, mercifully brief. It's not about rage, it's about management. The feline sets the range. It chooses when to engage and when to finish it. The serpent, stripped of its deadly arrogance, is forced to flinch and flee. Out here, responding instead of acting is a death sentence. Once the enemy falls or runs, the victor stays wired long after the dust settles. Scanning the perimeter. Flexed. The biological alarm doesn't snooze just because it's quiet. You have to be sure. These duels teach us that being top dog in the wild is paid for in vigilance, velocity, and an ironclad drive to defend your own. If this high-octane survival footage has you gripping your chair, help us out. Hit like, share this with your nature-loving crew, and subscribe so you don't miss the next level of intensity. Destruction isn't always the outcome. Sometimes it's a warning. Out in the open, where you can see for miles and run away, it turns into a mind game. A toxic crawler creeps forward, checking limits, gauging responses. Facing it, the cat is a statue centered, staring it down, refusing to budge. The quiet is part of the arsenal. The reptile feints to scare, not slay. The feline responds without pursuit, without fear. One crisp slap, timed to the millisecond, hits near enough to show the snake how close it came to dying. The cat doesn't have to end it. The point has been made. As the loser slinks back into the brush, the winner steps forward just enough to drive the point home, then halts. Protecting your turf isn't about chasing forever. It's about confidence. The memo is definitive. Stay out. These scenes uncover the core of staying alive. Smarts, discipline, belief. Winning isn't always about killing. Sometimes just showing up is enough. If you find yourself captivated by these raw displays where primal instinct clashes with sharp intelligence in the wild, please hit that like button, subscribe to our community, and stick around for the closing chapter where the tension finally breaks and brings everything to its ultimate decisive conclusion. Once the dust settles and the immediate peril fades away, a quiet truth remains etched into the terrain. These violent confrontations were never about malice or disorder. They were simply about maintaining the delicate balance. In this unforgiving natural realm, every living thing endures only by recognizing its own boundaries and fiercely defending its rightful space within the hierarchy. The feline departs with cool composure, moving not with arrogance but with absolute assurance. The lethal risk was calculated, countered, and dismantled. Ancient reflexes took over. Lightning speed, keen awareness, and discipline proved far superior to toxic venom alone. This is exactly how true stories of survival come to an end. They do not finish with a loud fanfare, but with a profound, heavy silence. The wilderness does not hand out medals to heroes. It simply grants another day of life to those who execute with surgical precision when the stakes are highest. In those fleeting seconds, a small hunter can confront a lethal serpent and emerge as the victor. If this deep dive into genuine survival showdowns has revealed the secret brilliance of the animal kingdom to you, please support our channel by liking this video, sharing your perspective in the comments, and subscribing for more gripping narratives where intuition rules all. Stay curious, honor the wild, and we will meet you in the next adventure.